Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would introduce you guys to, well, not a new soaping technique, but one that I started off the channel with a little while ago. Sorry it's been so long. I have had life stuff happen as you do, and unfortunately I just needed some time off, so apologies. So today, just to actually make it up to you guys, we are doing 2 lots of soap, and we're doing a rather interesting technique. So first of all, I have my heated hard oils and soft oils together, and my lime water in this thing. I don't know. But yeah, long story cut short, let's get on with it, shall we? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my lime water into my oils. This is a new recipe that I've actually formulated. I love it, but I'm interested to see how you guys like it. And yeah, so in this time off, I'd be interested to know what you guys are doing. You should comment off in the section below and let me know how your life is going. Now, these oils are a mix of cocoa butter, shea butter, sunflower oil, high oleic of course, hemp seed oil, castor oil, and sweet almond. It is a palm-free recipe, which means that for you guys that actually prefer palm-free recipes, we're actually catering towards you guys. So yeah, what I'm doing is just gently mixing before I take a stick blender to it. What I'm going to do now is just quickly give these a buzz. Now I'm hoping to actually have this at barely a trace because we have a lot of work to do today. So I'm going to be splitting the batter into 3, half into this one, which is just activated charcoal, and half into these guys, which is just mica and titanium dioxide. So let's get that done. I'm going to give these guys a little bit of a stir through to get these guys kicked off and started. Now, because of the hemp seed oil, it may have a slight green tinge, which is why we've added the titanium dioxide to diffuse that. I'm simply just going from lightest to darkest, making sure to actually just give them a little bit of a hand stir before, you know, I pour it into the mold. So with this lot of soap, we're doing 2 different lots. So this side is actually going to be scented with violet and clover. That smells absolutely gorgeous. If you're interested as to where I got them from, I actually got them from Heirloom Body Care. So for those in Australia, bloody amazing, and I would 100% suggest getting them. And for this side, we are going to be using Ethereal Glow from Aussie Candle Supplies. Bit in both. So I'm not sure if for those that actually follow, so recently I've decided that what I would actually like to do is do soaps more my style. So for those that know me, they'd know that I'm a little bit of an alternative person. And yeah, I'm just very much interested in continuing on that style to prevent burnout, because unfortunately sometimes we do get burnout. Much better. So with this guy, it's really easy. All I'm going to do is pour it into this mold. Scrape out the containers as I go along to make sure I have the most I can get from it. Not too bad. Now for this one, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to incorporate the grey into the white and just do a little bit of a swirl to help that sort of drop right down to the bottom. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm lifting the jug. Well, I'm alternating between having it close, so I have some grey up the top and grey down the bottom by lifting it more so it penetrates deeper into the white. This one, what we're going to do, pop that guy out the way. Same thing. We're just going to pour it along. Make sure we've got a good mix of both. Going to scrape out my containers. Give them a bit of a tap. And we will wait for these guys to set up a little bit. And then we're going to use the cat head, and I will be right back with you. Welcome back. So the soap, I don't know if you can tell, has hardened up significantly. So what we're going to attempt to do today, I can't say it will be 100% successful, is do a pull through, or not a pull through, I believe, I forgot the name. It's a scraping technique. But yeah, we're going to try and get a shape out of this in the shape of a cat's head. So we will start with just gently running this across the edge of the soap like so. And pulling up. And all of this excess soap I use for my own personal soap. So it's good for me. Get in here just to fine up some of the details. Like I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, alrighties. On to the next one. Now apologies for the noise in the background. I do multiple things all at once. What can I say? So yeah, so I'm just going to drag the soap through like I did before. Again, we're just going to plop that into additional molds. I'll actually bring them over this side, I think. Sorry guys, a little bit out of practice with the filming side of things. But yeah, so essentially I'm a mini rebrand, I guess. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. I think it's a good move for me personally. So we will see how it goes. Let's give this another run through just to make sure that it's nice and perfect. Clean up that side too. I think I'd like to clean up the sides a little bit. Now, for those that are interested, I did actually get this a fair few years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, from Wickedly Goods. She's another amazing Australian soap op, and I would highly suggest her 3D printed items. Welcome back. So now that I've got these guys pretty much set up and ready to go, what I'm going to do before I get onto the next load of soap batter, I'm just going to give them a quick spritz with just a white mica powder. Okay, welcome back. Slight change of scenery here. I'm going to put this a little bit more in view. So these are my oils once again, and the lye water's just over here, ready to go. So with this, what I was actually wanting to mention to you, I'm going to try and do a little bit more of an intricate design tonight. Yes, it is currently dinner time when I'm filming this, so I'm looking forward to having a good meal afterwards. Is something, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but the clay extruders, you can actually get them, and using soap dough, you can actually make your own embeds for this. So I've got some little stars here, and we're going to start with the lightest soap first, which is this side over here. I've got my colors here, which I will zoom in later. But for now, let's get this soap cooking. Split this soap batter up evenly into 6 containers. So we've got the 3 colors for the clover and violet soap that we're making. That's looking good. And for this one, for the ethereal glow, we've got these beautiful purple, pink, and sky blue colors that we're going to pour them into. Just give me a moment off camera. I've got to invest in a new camera setup, sadly, but yeah, because I've been a little bit naughty and not actually doing everything that I should be doing with the business, I've sort of let it all slide a little bit. So we're going to make that work. But yeah, I'm just divvying them up slowly. I do have this soap at an extremely light trace, as you can probably tell. So yeah, hopefully I get better at recording. I'm sorry about the anxiety, but I'm very, very excited to get a move on with what I actually would prefer to do and not just catering towards everybody. I have my own market and I love my customers. A lot of my friends are alternatives, so yeah. Now I believe with this blue, just going to give that a little bit of a stir quickly. It may change colour a little bit. It will come good afterwards, I promise you. So we're going to start from lightest to darkest, just to make sure that I don't have to do extra dishes that I don't particularly feel like doing. And this gorgeous purple, I believe it's called Violet, and it's from Heirloom Body Care. Absolutely stunning colour. It's called Magenta Pink, and it's a real light baby pink. Once again, it will come good afterwards. It will probably do a little bit of a weird sort of colour shift until the next day. So tomorrow, when you see it next, it won't look anywhere near as terrible, I promise. So now that we've got that done, we're going to divide the fragrance oil up in between the three. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. 1, 2, 3. A little bit more in blue. Perfect. So grab my big bowl again. Let's get these out the way for you so you can see. Get my big bowl again, and we're just going to pour down the spout just a little bit of each. But yeah, that is going to be very interesting when it comes into the thing. Now let's grab the mold. So first things first, we're just going to run it along the sides here. Try and get some interesting colours throughout. Stop there. And I'm going to place my first of a couple of embeds. And we're just going to poke them down gently. There we go. I don't know if you can tell the difference between the stars. So we've got a twinkle star here. That's what I call them. Yeah, a 6-sided star. And we'll go back to pouring just a little bit. Those that are tuning in for the first time, yes, I'm a little bit of a messy soaper, but bear with me, I promise it'll come together in the end. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to focus on the last layer. Slightly muddy at the moment, that will clear up. Put our little last couple of embeds in and poke them down. One more, the biggies. Those that aren't aware, I do actually have a current 50% off existing stock on my website, just to make space for the new stock that I've got coming in. And yeah, that's on until I can get rid of most of the stuff, and then we'll start from scratch. Welcome back. So I'm just going to quickly just do just a gentle surface swirl, just to make it look a little bit interesting on the top, and I'm happy with that. Now I have one last surprise for you guys. So with those embeds, I actually created these little cuties, and what I'm wanting to do is just sprinkle those across the top randomly. I might go and put some music to this so that way you guys don't actually have to watch me do this. Now, apologies, I am going to take my gloves off because placing tiny little embeds, you sort of need your precision. Alrighties, last but not least, just a tiny little amount of mica on the top just for that extra shimmer. And there we go. Beautiful. On to the next one. Welcome back. So I've got my 3 different soaps for the clover and violet now. Oh, sorry, colours. And we are just going to divide that between the three. And unfortunately, while I was actually working on the other soap, this soap did actually stiffen up quite a bit. We'll see what we can do, but I'm not giving up just yet. That is all I'm going to say on that issue. Alrighty, so we've got the blue. Let's try and get this green nice. And last but not least, the orange. With these micas, I believe I have the names here. We have the Blueberry Delight mica, which is through Heirloom Body Care, the Pumpkin Orange mica, which is also through Heirloom Body Care, and then we have the Savage Garden, which is through Nurture Handmade. So yeah, if you guys can afford it, I would highly suggest getting some of your micas through Nurture Handmade, even if they are in the US, because they are absolutely fantastic. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe what I should do is try and do the same type of swirl, but we'll see what we can do with this one because it is quite solid. But let's give it a shot anyway. So we've got the green going in. The blue. And lastly, the orange, which is my absolute favorite. I love orange as a color. I think it is so underrated. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but whatevs. Beautiful. You may be asking, why is this soap batter behaving a little bit more naughtier than my other ones? This is because this soap recipe has a lot, and by a lot I mean a lot of hard oils and a lot of clays and a lot of good butters in it, so it's better for the skin. So we make do because it is so much nicer. I loved my old soap recipe, but this one just, even if I do say so myself, just kicks the pants off it. So I'm going to just leave a tiny bit of green in there. Alrighties. And get the blue going. Leave a tiny bit of blue in there. And lastly, my favorite, the orange. Alrighties, let's give that just a little bit of a swirl in there. Get it in the mold. So far, so good. All right, let's get these embeds in, shall we? Move you a little bit lower below the ears. There we go. Alrighties. Let's get this last bit in. Apologies for the mess. This soap is a lot thicker than what I had anticipated it would be, but we'll make it work. Alrighties. Let's give that a little bit of a shake. Now, had I been a smart soaper and actually done this all at the once, all separately, this probably would have turned out a lot better. So for those that are actually just getting into soaping, don't do what I do. Or as the old adage is, do as I say, not as I do, because I have my own bad habits, and I would very, very much stress that for new soapers, yeah, very exercise a lot of caution, because it's no joke. And when you're playing with chemicals and stuff like this, you really want to be taking it seriously. I've been making soap for a fair few years now, so we all have, as individual soap makers, our own bad habits that I would encourage you guys not to actually pick up from. Alrighties, we are almost finished. I was wanting initially this soap to be more like a tie-dye sort of thing, and these are some of my favorite colors to tie-dye with. And yes, in another life, back in the day, that's what I used to love doing. Me and my old high school best friend, Nissa, we used to tie-dye our clothes, or we'd go op shopping and we would find clothes that we liked, but say, for example, they were like not the right color and stuff like that. We would use op shop clothes to tie-dye, and they were pretty damn good, actually, to be honest. Maybe that's because Nissa and I were actually studying fashion design. I don't know. Or maybe it's just because tie-dye is just so much fun. Or maybe I was just a deluded teen. Who knows? But yeah, what I'm going to do is just quickly give this a very, very light surface swirl, just for some interest on the top. And once again, gloves off. And we're going to do the sprinkles again with the stars. My best friend and I, we've currently been looking forward to waiting for the rest of the stock to come out, which should hit, it should be hitting this month. So we keep an eye. We've got a group that we actually go on to on Facebook, and people update us as to what is going on there, what stock's coming out. There are buy lists for people, so like if people really, really are after something, other people will help them out. It's a great community. And it was actually last year, that's how I got to know about Kalila. He was one of the influencers that I sent one of my Halloween boxes to last year, and she's bloody amazing. God, I love that girl. Her mum's freaking awesome too. But yeah, now we're just patting these down. But yeah, for those that haven't checked out Kalila's TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, I'll leave a link down below for her because she is just absolutely amazing. And last but not least, for this little fella, we're going to go put some gold biodegradable glitter on him. I'll be right back. Dokies, change your plans. We're going to be using a biodegradable glitter that is gold. However, it's a bit more chunky than the one I was going to use. And it's called Midas Touch. This was by Keely from Soy and Shay. She had a company previously that was called Pimp My Soap, where they actually used to manufacture soap dough and things like that. So when I can get this bugger open, we're going to just put a few sprinkles over this little fella, right in the middle, just for some interest. And with this one, I think some just fine silver hollow will do really well. Right in the center there where all the embeds are. So let's give you guys a bit of a look. There you go. And once again with this little guy. There we go. And I guess I'll see you guys in 18 to 24 hours to do the cut. Bye. Hi guys, it is the next day, and the first thing I would like to do is show you these bars. So the first thing I'm going to do is shave these babies down. This is just to make sure that it looks nice and clean on the edges. Alrighties. So first up for cuts. Is Ethereal Glow. Let's have a look-see. Okie dokies, you guys ready? I love it. Now the stamp will obviously go on when it's firmed up just a tiny bit more. Thankfully, I don't think I'm as worried about this soap as I was with last night. So we will see how it goes. That looks absolutely fantastic. Much better than what I thought it would. So if you are interested in this soap scraping technique, I get my tools from Wickedly Goods, which is just www.wickedlygoods.com.au. And if you're after these on my website, they will be in the What's Coming Up tab on my website. So yeah, these guys will be released approximately 1 month from today, which would be the 12th of August. So if you can, hold off. If not, we do have a 50% site-wide sale going on at the moment. And yeah, would love to have you guys have a look and see what's, going on around there. We do have a lot of different types of goods, so like candles, room diffusers, soaps, that type of thing, lip balms. But yeah, if you'd like to actually see the stamping side of things, stay tuned.